Good morning, everyone.
Hey,
If,
Good morning.
if there's such a thing.
is it morning? Uh,
Good morning. How are you guys?
yeah.
It is bright and early.
No,
Oh my gosh.
it's before early.
It's way too early. It's the
Early is
golden hour.
Early is 9 o'clock. So
Yeah, it's still dark.
it's still
I
dark.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I'll have the whole day left after this, so it's all good. And maybe get the morning workout in even. That'll be cool. Yeah, so welcome you guys, and we only have an hour, so I want to make it as like lean and mean as possible, you know. I'd love to do all the introductions, like 10 of you guys on here, and more joining. And so I wanted to be sure to just like go over the key highlights of what we're gonna go over and then ask questions at the end. If that's good, because most of you guys know each other, so I will have a lot of time to share and you know, hang out on Zoom. So, um, so yeah, okay, let's kind of go over some general framework and the invites that I'm going to send out later today, just so everyone's prepared for it and has an idea of what's to come. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen and chat about an invite that you're going to get later for the private community on School. So School is kind of a newer age kind of community like Facebook, but there's like a lot less noise. It's very centered on like education and programming and scaling businesses. So this is going to be our private group. So only the people that are part of the Happy CEO Business Accelerator are going to see or have access to any of the information in this channel. So I'm going to send an invite to you guys to sign up for School. And also in School, there's a classroom area where you'll see my coin programs. I'm going to try not to confuse you guys and just make the Happy CEO accessible, the 2023 accelerated version. Because this program can be a 6 months to 12-month term. But we're going to kind of make it like an accelerated program, like the 5-Star Business Accelerator, 5 weeks, 5 tools, 5 foundational keys. And but then I'm also going to put it into the my Happy CEO program has the coaching inner fitness part to it. So that's why it's special. And I think really to be a successful business owner and CEO, you need to be able to, also have that mindset that you can win, that you have your goals, and that there's like, key mindsets to all that. So I'm going to do that at the end. And we'll go over the inner fitness program that I have for the Happy CEO mindset. So look out for that. The Happy CEO Accelerator invite. You'll see there's like barely anything on this channel right now because it's just brand new. I tried to add a couple things just so you know, like where we're in the group, but the key thing is engagement and participating. So after each class, I will update the feed with the live video from the day. So we have, the new content where everyone can review it. And then also people that may not have been able to join can go back and, look at the recording and, download the module or, see what everyone's up to. So look for that. That's going to be like our main area to get the credentials and things other than the Zoom link. So look out for that. And then let's see. I guess we can go over the module. So module 1, we're just gonna jump right in because we kind of spent a lot of time chatting about this already. So you guys know, why you're here and who we help and what we're doing. So I won't get into any like long pitches or anything. So we're just gonna like really dial into the framework because we only have, these like 4.5 weeks to pile through this and to get the new content. So this is going to be the first module. So this is part of the curriculum one for the steps to creating your foundation for your business. And so I call this module the elevator effect, the shooting star. So it's like really reaching for the gold in this and finding your passion, your true niche, your customer avatar, and dialing into your live plan. So this, I'll also be asking for some volunteers. Hopefully there is going to be a couple people that want to, really scale their business during this session. And because you can get one-on-one help, guidance, we can do it together because this is kind of done with you. And so if you want to log into all the different platforms and we can use your business as an example, we'll also practice the elevator pitch together, the 60 seconds. We'll do like a couple rounds. So this is a really, high, participant kind of environment where we all will want to hear each other's business ideas and, hear the pitch and encourage one another and things like that. Let's see. All right. So this is module 1, and you will find that in the platform that's under downloads. I can go there and show you where you'll be able to go into the program and where this module is, because that's probably what we're going to be sticking to for the first like 2 or 3 meetings. So this is the learning environment. You'll find this in school. This is actually imported over from my Kajabi account into the school account. So I didn't want to give you guys a bunch of different credentials for all different sites and make it super uber confusing. So I train on this one. This is where we'll do all the virtual meetings. And then you guys will have access in the school group to be able to rewatch any of the videos, prior recorded videos, and download the curriculum, any workbooks, downloadable links, and things like that. So we'll go through each module very lightly during these calls. And then there's homework, like filling out the questionnaires in the modules, writing out the investor pitch, subscribing to Live Plan, and other apps that it's going to take to accelerate your business during this time. So yeah, so you can, they'll be about the course, about me, who I am, why I'm qualified to teach this, where I've been for 25 years in business, how these programs were built and things like that, if you want to learn more about that. But I'm pretty sure you guys probably already poked around my LinkedIn and checked it out already. So if not, go ahead. I'd love to get to know you all each better. Like if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. But yes, so this is the elevator effect. Okay, we're gonna really start with elevating our business mindset and our foundation for the vision and who we are, who we serve, and what problem we solve, and be able to communicate that clearly is like step 1 of the Happy CEO Business Accelerator. We find in business, dialing into your business plan and dialing into your investor pitch and creating that really defined vision of who you are, who you serve, and what problem you solve or what product you offer is key. We want clarity at the foundation of every business built. And so that is what module 1 is about. So the shooting star, we start here. You can see that there are already pre-recorded videos, but right now we are recording new videos that will be live in our school group that you can review. So these are other videos that have already been created. Here I am doing the tour again with my other group of happy CEOs. So you can review like any of the other classrooms that we've had if you want to watch pre-recorded. If not, this video will be uploaded in school. And so you'll always have the newest, freshest information. But you'll notice that these ones are very high intensive because we did take 6 months to a year and really dove in deep to every element of this program. So if there's questions about certain areas that we don't go over in this 5-week turbocharged accelerated version, then you can dive into the elevator pitch examples here, the client customer avatar, and then of course the more complicated things like, the financial statements, the KPIs, the marketing, the SWOT tests, all the other areas that I go over. So the bright idea, here we are. And that's what we're going to focus on this first round. So buckle up because we're about to cruise through here. First, do I have any questions out there real quick? Just open the forum.
Looks great.
Awesome. Looks good. I'm happy with it. I'm a perfectionist. I very rarely could say that, but I've been working my butt off. So here it is. All right. So the journey. Okay, let's go back. That's step 5. Let's go into this first module. You'll see that the Happy CEO Mod 1 is there to download. So go ahead and download that. There's this workbook called the Dream Life Worksheet. And I think it's very key that, we dial in to the vision of success first. And that is, as the CEO, as the president, as the owner of a business, really get into what that looks like and defining that and having a vision. Okay, so that's what that worksheet is for. And if we need to go over that, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, A, B, C, D, E. We can go into it, or you can watch the video as I go through every single line item on there. But, you guys decide how much time you want to invest in getting into the curriculum and really dialing in. But for the most part, the Dream Life Worksheet is about that vision. How much are you going to be making? What kind of car are you going to drive? Where you live? Who's with you? What are you doing? What excites you? What do you do for fun? Like, it's like tuning yourself for success. Okay. And then the next one is the niche definition worksheet. So if you're not, there's a lot of worksheets. So a lot of times in these kind of courses, people get stuck on some of the areas of clarity and really getting clear. So that's why we're dialing into, that first is that vision of clarity. And then once you get that down, who you serve, what problem you're going to solve, what does success look like to you? Then we really want to get into the core details and fundamentals of the business. And so the first thing is really developing that, business idea. And if you already have a business idea, then the first module will probably be a lot easier for you. But this, you can build this from ground up, or you can come in already making 7, 8, 9 figures, because we all need to come back and revision and re-strategize no matter what level of the game we're in. So I always recommend doing this module 1 elevator pitch, investor pitch cycle, like at least every year. I use this tool with clients for consulting and bringing them really back into their business brand identity and things like that. So for this first module, we're going to also have this amazing platform that you can use in a lot of areas of business. I'm going to go over a very basic version of it because it's so robust and it's so It's like, a custom CRM financial business planning wizard. Okay. It really will help you organize yourself for banks, for investors, for your own, business GPS essentially. So that's what this is the, business GPS system where we put all this information, all these worksheets that I'm going to have you fill out. Everything is going to go into this system. Okay, and you're going to have your own login credentials, and I'm going to send those out. And I get 40% off. So use my link and you get a better deal. You can either just subscribe to the investor pitch, or you can subscribe to, it's only like 10 bucks or 12 bucks, and you can do monthly. So if you just want to do it for the program and have it and print it and have your pitch and not update it all the time, or link it to your QuickBooks, or link it to, your marketing campaigns, then you can cancel at any time. There's no contracts. So
And Charity, I'm sorry. So live plan, that's the investor pitch that
live
okay.
plan, and well, the investor pitch and the marketing plan. So it's several things. But what we're going to do is the investor pitch on this. And that's, what module 1 really dials into is the investor pitch and the plan of the business. So I'm going to do a quick overview of what all module 1 is going to be in live plan. And then you can decide if, you want to use the software or not. If not, you can always handwrite the stuff out like I did for years. But this is way more strategic, and you have something to show people, and you have something to, kind of pivot off of. It's like a tangible asset, like a deliverable that you would get, when you hire a consultant or something like that. Live plan. Where'd my live plan go? So the key things for the live plan is 1, first, your investor pitch. So, or your 60-second elevator pitch. So you can call it, whatever you would like. And let's see, there's also, the extended business plan, which is super key. If you're trying to get, funding, because we do go over like, how to get funding, DUNS number, business credit, and I'll have some opportunities to share, how to do all that as well. So I'm just going to bring up my pseudo account. I have one that's just kind of one that I use for, instructional purposes. So some of it's real, some of it's not. You can, hopefully while we're going through this, you guys can, someone will volunteer and we can actually use one of your business ideas and put it into here, which would be really great. But for right now, I will go into this pseudo version of my business. And so just everything in here, just kind of, proprietary. But so the live plan pitch, okay, is, why does this look weird? Oh, there we go. So so there's like the executive summary, the opportunities, expectations, the company, the financial plan, all these things, right? But that's not what we're going to work on. We're going to do the very, very stealth version of this, which is just the investor pitch. So once you download the module, the worksheet that will go into that platform is the Happy CEO 60-second elevator pitch. So you're going to want to start with, module 1, shooting star, part 1, and go through and answer these questions about your business, the 60-second elevator pitch. So your name, your company name, we do, that solves product and services, and we are located, our customers are, we are seeking blank for, and then your exit strategy. Okay, so it's just a really quick exercise to, get clear on who your customer is, who you serve. So, and then, usually these are pitches for funding. So you'll want to think about, and to start with this is just very arbitrary. So you can just, $250,000, $1 million, 10,000, whatever you feel that is going to take at this point in this development plan. Okay, and then we take this and then we put it in live plan, and we do then get into the numbers, and then we do really get into the profitability, the ROI, and the proof of concept. So that will probably end up changing throughout, but the key thing is to really dial into who you are, who you serve, what problem you solve, what your product is, blah, 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 and getting really comfortable on saying that. Then we're going to do one round of that on our next meeting. So that's your homework, is to, do the Dream Life worksheet, and then go over the niche definition worksheet, and then dial into your 60-second elevator pitch, because then that's going to be the first thing that we do, the first 10 minutes, because if it's only 1 minute each person, we can get through it in 10, 15 minutes. And then everyone will have a chance to introduce who they are and what businesses that they have and products. Okay, so that's pretty much the first part of this. If you feel because that is a lot. I know we went through that in like 25 minutes because I want to open the forum and talk about each one of these and go around and answer any questions. But in general, that's the scope of this first step. And if you feel overzealous, then you want to start getting into who is your customer, who is your client avatar, and then that's the next page. So you want to find, know exactly who your client is or customer, where they live, how old they are, what they do, what level of education. Start really getting to know who your customer avatar is, because we're going to use all these worksheets in the marketing and branding side, because when you get into target marketing and you get into the psychology of your client or customer, you're going to want to know everything about them so you can find them online and you can present the products or services to them. So that's the key foundational stuff. So in general, that is step one. So I'm going to go ahead and open the forum, and you can ask me anything you want. If you want to, log in, or any questions you may have.
And so Charity, I'm sorry for the dumb question, but we're not able to access this yet, correct? You're going to send this invite to enable us to, okay, great. Okay.
Yeah. So you'll get an invite to school,
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be in there, the modules and the downloads. And then, and then I'm going to send you the invite to Live Plan and subscribe to that. And then you'll see all the downloads and all the curriculum in the school for the modules and stuff.
Great.
And Charity, for me, what I do, once I log in and I navigate through that, then I'll formulate some questions for you and I get them out to you. There are a bunch of stuff floating around, but until I actually see it, I'll be able to put some questions, better questions, and get that out to you. So, okay.
Okay, and the Q&A, so yeah, that's the thing. So the Q&A forum is where I'm going to answer all the questions. So no emails unless we have a Trello. Okay. Because I have to work full time, and I know you guys do too.
Sure.
So all questions, this is the Q&A live. So I will answer anything and for the group. And if it's about Nilo program build stuff, then we can have separate meetings about that. But for this exercise of going through these modules and, the process of doing the business accelerator, I want to keep everything in the forum.
Okay. That works.
On the school group, you can put it on the feed. So the more interaction and questions in the feed in school, in our private group, the better. So if you have like direct per curriculum questions, put them in school on the leaderboard.
That works. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Because
you.
then other people could interject and they'll see,
Mm.
and then they'll want to know the same thing, and then that'll
Sure.
be helpful. And yeah,
Okay. That works for me. Thank you.
yes.
Charity, I just wanted to make sure you had my correct email. I actually didn't receive the email for this. Ella sent it to me. I
Okay.
put my email in the chat. It was just missing one letter. So
Oh, can you
we were-
send it to my email?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can do that. And then should I just Google the school, or will there be a link for?
Yep. I'm gonna send a link. I'm gonna invite all you guys, and you'll just click on it, and then the private group will come up.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So is there, you guys want to like, yeah, we do some more advanced training in live plan or anything that we looked at if there's any desire for that. You know, we could, I guess, finish going through the first module, but it's very extensive. Usually this is the first month of the program, and we're going to do this in like 3 calls. Because you guys are kind of the advanced, you know, mature business owners that have, you know, probably already been here and done this a few times, right? So it's probably you know, some areas of expertise where you guys teach as well. So I'd like to have you guys look at this stuff as how you can contribute to the forum on other Q&As and within the groups, because the key thing is engagement and building your expertise as a business owner. So the more you can engage on school and in that platform, whether you're pitching your business, because you guys can share and network and all that in there, and you know, really hone in on what your solution is. And by the end of this, the goal is for you to be able to prospect, get new clients. The majority of my students start generating income and new client leads within the first like 3 weeks of the program, because you'll start getting so much clarity and the tools and the ideas of, you know, maybe reorganizing how you're prospecting or increasing revenue, right? So that's kind of the goal here. So I want you to really tap into that inner accelerator, business lead generator. You know, you're pitching your business, you're developing a strategy to, you know, really fine tune it as the CEO of your business and present it as that. So I encourage any type of interaction and communication. You can upload videos and everything on school too. So you can see that the majority of this module is all about live plan. Okay, building that investor pitch and really dialing into the key areas of that, like marketing, your SWOT tests, you know, your competitor analysis. And we're going to go through each one of those areas. So the next meeting, we're going to keep it really stealth and just like boom, 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 A, B, C, D, E. And so if there is a volunteer, I want to know right now if we have like 3 or 4 or 5 people that will volunteer to, you know, go through these steps together during our trainings. Okay, so Reggie or Reginald, can you unmute yourself and let us know who you are and what your business is?
I can do that too.
Luis?
Yes.
Okay. So Reginald, go ahead. Hi.
Reginald or Reggie, either or, doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, yeah, so my business entails a multitude of modalities, but it's primarily focusing on an integrative approach. So I would say more health and wellness, to be exact. I'm going to adopt a little bit of the medicine, but I like to focalize on a lot of herbalism and things of that nature. Acupuncture. I graduated with my acupuncture degree, so that's
nice.
something that I'm focusing on. And in conjunction with that, I have a bachelor's degree in exercise science, So my
Wow.
goal is to integrate the two, and I plan to target veterans as well as sports, so athletes. So those are my
Awesome.
population of people that I plan to work with. But as far as my business, I do herbalism. I also work with microcurrent machinery, because I find that to be very effective, and it gets down to the certain level. You can only do so much with your hands manually. I also have a background in massage as well. So those are some things that I offer for my clients.
Nice. That's wonderful. So it's a perfect place for that, you know, kind of coaching slash wellness, healing. So do you have your website already? Do you
Yes, I
have?
do.
Okay, good. So you already have some of the foundational areas that are key. Obviously, you know what problem you're solving. So it sounds like a lot of pain relief and delivering health and wellness. So it seems like that will be a great example. So we'll start with you on, let's see, I guess it is Thursday, so next Tuesday. And it would be great if you wanted to log in early and, go through live plan. So I'll bring it up one more time, and I am going to send out the link. But there is a step-by-step kind of tutorial for live plan, and being able to, reevaluate and evaluate, the problem you solve, your solution, target market. You'll see it's very click through friendly. So if you feel overzealous and you're like, hey, I can like kind of fill in some of these blanks, that will be great. And we can like kind of, dig into it on next Tuesday, and, create, a great foundation. Because the key thing, I like to spend a lot more time on, the sales and marketing. So
Thank you.
the actual pitch, part is, and this is something that a lot of you guys could just zoom through: the problem you solve, your mission statement, kind of your solution. But I really dial into the media marketing and the financial tools. So we'll spend a lot more time
Thank you.
on those key areas. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
need help the most with those two areas.
okay, good.
So,
And that's my wheelhouse. So I'm a accountant by trade for like 20 years. I own QBooks Financial, and so I'm a financial person, and I know what the
perfect.
banks look for, and I know what funders and investors are looking for. So feel free to ask me any of those kinds of questions during this, and that is the whole point of recording these live and giving the opportunity for more mature business owners to ask the right questions. So when the students are going through, they're getting the questions that it really takes to, get that $250,000 line of credit, or, get featured on ABC, CBS, NBC, or,
I see that for
whatever it
myself.
may be.
Thank
You're
you.
what? Yes.
I said I totally see that for myself.
Good. Yes. So
Yeah.
also
Well,
dialing in.
I think maybe just backtrack a little bit overall. Sort of summarize, you're talking about Tuesday, excuse me, Tuesday, Thursday, 5 weeks, whatever. Go through that. Boom, boom, boom. What we're going to do with this group. So it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 a.m., the same station or whatever, so to speak.
Yeah.
And because I want to just put it in context overall for everyone, what this is about in relationship to NILO. The NILO program itself, as well, some of you have been around since the beginning, is essentially a year-long program with college students. We're talking about freshmen or first year. I keep saying freshman. First year, not supposed to say that anymore, but first year sophomores and juniors would start, beginning of their semester, and go through whatever year that is. And what I want out of all of this is we want to set number of classes that they go through. It's going to be once a month. It's going to be 90-minute classes each time. So what we're doing here with this is picking out, which ones would be best for our curriculum. This is going to
Yeah.
be integrated with,
Yes, and so the program build for NILO will be totally different meetings, right?
Right.
So we're going to use this content with your guys' faces as the board, as
Sure.
people that have gone through it, for newer branded content that I'm going to give to you guys to do whatever you want with. But for this series, that's why I was hoping, Denise, actually, that you would do this as well for NILO. As we're going through this, and then we can take the NILO live plan and have our meetings with Luis and, you know, the development committee, but whoever's on the call while we're going through these steps and filling in all the info would be developing one for NILO.
Yeah, so this is, I want to put that in context because it gets sort of confusing what we're doing now versus what we're going to be doing, but it's integrated. So what we're doing here is, you know, sort of sorting through the best stuff to incorporate into the NILO plan. And all of this would be great, obviously, for NILO plan. But again, you know, we'll have to be thinking about the audience we're dealing with, which is college students, maintaining their attention, kind of homework, so to speak, they would have in between to utilize, and how that fits into. But what Charity is talking about here, which is great, which is exactly what we planned anyway, so that's why this fits in so well, is working with these students. They all have their own ideas on what business they're going to have. That's the whole thing with NILO. It doesn't have to be sports related. Probably most of them will be some kind of sports related thing. But right now, focusing with them on their own brand, you know, their own business, because the end goal that we want here is for them to graduate, so to speak, from our program with their own business, so that they'll have their LLC, they'll have their foundation, they'll have whatever it is that they have up and ready to go. They may have even started bringing in revenue from that. While it's
That's the key. So
program.
Don't be scared to make some money while we're doing this. That's the number one thing, because the sooner you feel confident about your business, who you are, who you serve, what problem you solve, and you know your sales channels and you know what your numbers need to be, then you can literally start making money next week. It's really a mindset thing. And so that's why I really like to dial into the vision, right? Get the mindset, get your mind right, so you can really scale fast, because there's no fast and hard rule saying you can't make money tomorrow doing your business. And actually, the sooner the better. And so that's even better to write that in here. Oh, today I got my first lead, ring the bell. You know, oh, today I just had a sales call. I just closed my first $5,000 deal. Like, we need that in here to gain momentum. So the group is really like doing the momentum building by participating in the private group. So I'm sure you guys have already been, you know, in Facebook groups, mastermind groups, boot camps, right? Have you guys all participated in those before? Yeah. So this is exactly the same. So, but really what it is the accelerated version of something that is a long time journey. So the tools that you use in here are going to be the lifelong tools that you're going to use the rest of your business life, literally. So that's the thing. It's not just like a one and done thing. And that's why I always continue to encourage the mentorship. Just because the program build ends in 5 weeks doesn't mean that the engagement community ends, doesn't mean that you don't have coaches and mentors and can come to the Q&A calls. But the strategic planning part of it, the step-by-step stuff that we're doing, is only going to be 5 weeks, but it's a continual thing. So when you're setting your goals, because there's going to be some like goal setting and like benchmarks for your business developments, we always want to share it in the group. We always want to encourage one another on their wins and their accomplishments. So that's the key thing to this program, is engagement. And I love it that you guys are all like on the same page. We're all here to build businesses for, you know, athletes, you know, really getting it to, I have veterans on this call, you know, military, minorities, women, providing the tools to people that they don't learn in school. Okay, like the university. because I was a professional student for like 12 years. I have a triple degree in business and accounting and new media comm and marketing. So I know that the stuff that I teach in here, you're not going to get at the university. They're not going to give you this kind of information in these tools. And so also my 20 years as a business owner and an entrepreneur, I will go into me just a little bit since we have time. I usually don't talk a whole lot about myself, but I will today, just so you guys know me a little better as an entrepreneur, that this isn't just because I felt like creating a course, but I'm a real diehard for education and getting the knowledge out to the people, because I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for my education and investments in my businesses based on the type of school system that we have, and none of this stuff is in there. So now I know what like my role is here on earth, is to provide the real business tools as an entrepreneur, as a minority entrepreneur, as a woman in business, being a CEO or being a restaurateur, owning and operating your own businesses, having your own accounting firm, owning your own real estate, having 300 employees, working in franchises and multi-billion-dollar sharks. I know now what the truth is about scaling businesses. And I know where the pain points are that business owners have, and the failures and the pitfalls from startups, and also from business owners that don't, do these things when they first start their business, or they never visit them often enough to continue to scale their business. So I take it really seriously, and because my goal in life is to really elevate, wealth, generational wealth, bringing the right information to the right people that have the passion, the discipline, and that are worthy and deserve it so much more than just whatever the government school system is dishing out. Because right now in this, day and age, it's really important to be able to leverage the market space. Everything has changed. Okay, everything that was traditional is no longer really valid when it comes to business. So you have to know how to use these certain tools. You have to know how to integrate and converge, right? Bring your reality, your future into your reality, and use the skills and the tools that you have and the talents. And so that's why I love athletes and military veterans, because I know they're disciplined, right? They're so disciplined, and they're talented, and they're passionate, and they have drive, because a lot of people kind of, buy their way into entrepreneurship, or buy their way into business, or the keys are handed to them from, financial family, or, but I'm a bootstrap kind of girl. Like, I had to knuckle bust for my businesses. I started my consulting business on $250. Okay. And I've scaled it well over 7 figures, and it's endorsed by a billionaire shark now. So if I can do that on $250, then just think what's possible for you. Right. So just keep that in mind, that it is an investment of your time. You have to be disciplined, and you have to not be scared to really step into that position, because it isn't, necessarily 100% supported when you're coming up with new ideas and new ways of doing things. You might get a lot of resistance. So that's why you need the community. That's why you need like-minded entrepreneurs that will support you, because that's one thing that I noticed, as an entrepreneur, starting my restaurants, checking out of the box, being the one that went against the grain, right? You have to be that way to be an innovator and to really make that 7, 8, 9 figures these days. So don't be afraid to, pitch something that's, not common, or, not PC, because some of those are the best businesses. So that's my pitch for this forum. And this is where I'd like to engage with most of you. So we're not having like 5,000 emails flying back and forth. We just have like this one very centered hyper growth group, and where we can encourage one another, because I'm really big on wins. So I want to hear wins every day after you do your goal charts and your benchmarking. Like, we need to support one another, because that is what will help you propel yourself into success very fast. So
one thing I'd like to do too is go around the room, because everybody doesn't really know everybody yet. So I just want to make sure
cool.
that everybody does that. So You might want to start, well, Reggie, you started to tell us a little bit about yourself. So why don't you just quickly tell us who you are and what you do?
Okay, so I don't want to be too verbose, but I'll try to do my best to keep it short. So first and foremost, I have actually, like I said, I have an integrated approach. So I started off and went to medical school. And like I said, I have a background in exercise science. So with those two things have really kept me busy. And I've been, like I said, been working with athletes and veterans. That's my premise of my business. As far as an acupuncturist, that now I can call myself that, feels great. But there's more to it. A little bit of the bureaucratics that I have to deal with, not necessarily from the business world, but mainly from the health world. I feel like, and this has been very vulnerable with you all, it puts me in a box as a entrepreneur and also as a doctor to know that I have something great to offer the world. And I just don't know how to offer that to the world, knowing that there's a lot that's going on in the world from the simple fact that that approach of acupuncture doesn't have enough validity to it, so they say, and it's been around for thousands of years. So I decided to go back and get my doctorate of acupuncture to help me facilitate and actually market and grow and scale my business accordingly. So I don't know how to get my business going and started and pitching ideas from that perspective, because it bottles me down with so much of the things that I want to do versus what reality is like. Okay, you can't do this or you can't do that. And I feel like with a lot of people not really knowing much about it, so I feel like I'm in an area of growth, and I kind of feel it by myself. So I know that probably didn't answer the question or that that you mentioned, but that's something that I'm dealing with to begin with, and I feel like
Support and growth.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and injury pain is a big one, right? Like pain,
Yeah.
solving people's pain problems. I mean, as athletes, they are, and veterans, and I mean, all of us older people, we probably all had a battle with pain, and acupuncture and holistic medicine is exactly like the new innovation of like traditional medicine, just like traditional education.
Mhm.
Like it really is a more easier, kinder kind of medicine, right? That's more holistic, and it's like a different school of thought, and that's kind of like this. It's a more holistic approach, a more authentic and organic approach to business building. And I love that because acupuncture and acupressure, I had 2 back surgeries, a hemilaminectomy and discectomy, and I was literally pumped full of steroids, and I was just like just a big ball of pain for like 5 years. And I started getting weekly massages, doing yoga, doing breath work, doing homeopathy. And like I'm on no medicine, no narcotics, and I'm pain-free now 7 years later. So
Amen to that.
So
thank
love
you.
that. We need
We're
more
glad
healers.
All right.
Yes.
Glad to have you. So we don't have too much
Thank you.
time. So I'll ask
Yes.
everybody to like keep it to a minute. Just explaining who you are. Reggie's new to the group, so
Yes, Reggie, and you're
glad to have
local
him.
in Phoenix?
Oh.
Yes, I'm in Phoenix.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Me too. Oh, that's
Okay,
great.
so let's go to Dan, who's on the other side of the world. Hi, Dan.
Good morning, Denise. Yeah, for those of you that I haven't met before, my name is Dan Heon. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started my own real estate investment company with, I think it was about $250, like charities. So
Yeah.
it's always fun. So I just love giving back now after decades of in the business. So I love helping young people kind of set the intentions, set the vision, and just, face through the challenges that we have as entrepreneurs. Like, how do I get that first customer? How do I get that first deal? How do I get investors? Like, especially if you don't have a big track record, where do you get that confidence from? And, those sorts of things. So, plus I just bought a new general contracting business. So I love going back to the fundamentals of this. So
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Hey,
That's
glad to have you,
awesome.
Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
And Dan is in Canada, and we have another Canadian.
Oh,
Nadine.
cool.
Nadine, you
Alan,
want to
you guys
talk?
will meet, Alan, my coach and mentor who helped dial in the 9 steps to inner freedom, the happy CEO mindset version of this. And he's in Canada as well. So I'll invite him when he's a former Zen monk and helped devise the curriculum for the mindset part of the happy CEO. So he's in Montreal. So he'll be coming to our meetings when we get to that part.
Great. Nadine, you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, I'm Nadine Livingston, and I'm in Canada as well. And I've been I've co-founded a few businesses, have founded another one recently. And I've been in the marketing and advertising world for over 30 years. And that's it. I mean, there's so many other things, but we're short time. So I'm on the board with Nyla.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the live plan for a certain leg of your business, or are you have?
I've been working with Live Plan for the last 3 years.
Perfect. So you already have all that dialed in. Will you do like the pitch, the 60-second elevator
Sure.
pitch? And
As a matter of
things?
fact, I have a new company that I'm literally registering, this week, for a retail product that I'm going to be launching. So, I'll
Awesome.
probably use that as an example.
That's great.
Wonderful.
Okay, Brian, you're up.
Yeah, real quick, a quick note to Reggie. So my back was jacked up in April, and the only thing that saved the day was acupuncture and some herbs. So I'm a believer in. Anyway, great work. My name is Brian Wood. I'm passionate about coaching and impact and changing the world kind of stuff like everyone else on this call. My background is 30 years in the corporate space, background as an agent, MBA, WMBA. So I really like to partner with high potential executives, nonprofit leaders, and organizations that want to serve and change the world. And that's me.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. And what business are you going to pitch? I just want to make sure we have our business, kind of foundation so we can share. Do you have one?
So I have to think about that because there are different aspects of leadership development and executive and success coaching. So I need to think about that a little bit, Charity.
Oh, cool. But it'll be something along there with coaching and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Red, can you hear us? There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. My name is Red. I do marketing and branding. I'm going to be working on Nilo Media for the team. I would like to use this particular platform. I'm also familiar with LivePlan. I would like to use this. I'm trying to figure out which business it'll work best in because I have several. So I wanted to get with you, Charity, and kind of walk through what I think would be most effective so we can leverage it with some of the other businesses that we're working with on the Nilo Play. So that's what I do. And Reginald, same thing that Brian said. Back hurt, athlete, neck hurt. Hell, even my fingers hurt, man. I may need the service, but
for real.
That's good.
Yes, I was thinking OTT. I think we should do a media biz plan because
yes, let's do that because I have I have CXPN, which is the cannabis portion of it. So I was thinking about that. I wanted to get with you on that, but then also if we can make it to where it cross-pollinates through all the different businesses, that'll help me help everybody on this particular call. Because I think I can definitely help everyone on the call. I like everyone. Denise did a real good job on connecting a lot of the right people. I think we're weeding out people that may not be as needed as of right now to get this process started. But we're here now, so let's make it happen. Reginald, seriously though, man, I'm gonna holler at you.
All right.
See, you already got your first client, right?
Yeah, that's how it goes. So I just did acupuncture the other day, and I thought it was gonna work, but nah, I have to live with the cold-hearted fact that I'm a former athlete with pain.
That's
I got some other stuff for you, so don't worry about it.
We'll take care of that. Luis, you're up next.
Hi. Yeah, good morning. Luis Cruz with Cruz Financial Group. Been in the industry, I'm actually going on my 33rd year. So as I said the other day, I started when I was 18. Yeah, but that's not really the case. And here I thought I was the only one, experiencing pain. And so I thought it was just age, but I guess not. So, yeah, 33 years in the industry, financial planning, financial advising. Vast majority of our clients are professional women. And my pitch is going to be on that around financial planning. What we do, we really help people trying to from startups all the way to help them develop exit strategies and get into a better place financially. That's what we do.
Great.
Awesome. Like IULs and annuities, that kind of investing?
Yeah, about we do mutual funds. We work on 401ks, stocks. But yeah, a lot of as of late, a lot of annuities because of some of the guarantees that those offer for retirees and things of that nature. Yeah.
Nice. Do you also certify people so they can start a business doing finance?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
we do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Is it like Edward Jones or something?
No, I don't drink that Kool-Aid,
Okay.
And Luis is the CEO of Nilo.
Yeah, Nilo. Yeah, so.
You forgot to mention that.
I didn't mean to offend anyone. I started my career with Northwestern Mutual Life.
Oh, good.
And I like to say too that I don't drink that Kool-Aid anymore either. So,
okay. Good. You have alternative plans. That's what we need to know. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Asia, you're up. We just got a couple of minutes left. Asia.
Okay, so hello, good morning. My video seems to not be working, but I've tried it like 3 times.
No problem.
But I've been a startup consultant since 1996, helped multiple companies start and scale into the millions and multi-millions. Recently, though, I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. So I'm not sure what I will do for the live plan. Number of things up in the air right now. I am a serial entrepreneur, so I'm helping multiple companies at the moment. So and then have another one that I think there'll be one of two that I do. I think either I'm speaking to a real estate investor about acquiring abandoned buildings or even abandoned malls, turning them into something that benefits the community. Or the other one would be I met with the graduates from this year's program of, and Brian was there as well, with the Mandela Washington program. And a number of those students are all in a WhatsApp group now that we started. We're looking to form a nonprofit that helps them continue their plans after they've graduated and implementing the programs that they want to do in their own countries. So I'm not sure which one of those I might want to at least put together a solid plan for.
Okay.
Cool.
Good. Ryan.
Hi, yeah. My name is Ryan. I am a student at ASU. I don't really have anything going business-wise outside of working with Nilo and WBC. I have 30 years experience being a human, and that's I have my own plans for beyond my education, but that'll be for another time.
That's great. We're glad to have you. Jonathan.
Hey, I'm Jonathan Mason, CEO of Gentry Search Inc. My journey started a while ago, February 2006, 2008. I signed to go play football at Harvard, and 3 days later, my dad died. My dad was a business owner, and my plan was to continue that business, but without a succession plan, that business closed. Fast forward, after leaving Harvard, I worked at JP Morgan on the M&A desk. Fast forward from that, launched a hedge fund on the buy side, and then met up with a couple professional athletes and started launching a small business. I fell in love with it, went back to Harvard Business School, figured out what entrepreneurship through acquisition was, and launched my company, Gentry Search. And we train professional athletes to buy small businesses in their hometown to help with the silver tsunami. But now we're transitioning and helping all hometown heroes go back to their communities and buy small businesses. So I want to touch base with Dan here, what his journey was buying businesses, because it's a tough process. So we provide education, but we're also that player coach. So we get in the weeds through outreach, through closing, through all the stages of the acquisition process. We support you through it. So thank you.
Oh,
Great,
that's
got it.
awesome.
And yeah, Jonathan's been hanging around since the beginning as well with Nilo. So we're finally getting there, Jonathan. We're getting there.
Nice. A couple of my clients fell off. She just texted me. She's a military veteran. Her name's
Oh.
Josie, and she said
Oh.
she's in cybersecurity, and her
Oh, wow.
business is to move into home inspection space with her husband, and they own like 4 pieces of multifamily real estate. So they're also on the call. And then there's 2 more. One's a coach, Curtis, and he's one of our certified coaches. And so they both had to fall off the meeting, but
Okay,
yeah,
great.
I just want to let you know that they were
Yeah,
here too.
get them introduced next time. But anyway, so no, I'm pretty excited about this. We got a great team. Still a few people we haven't connected with yet. I know it's going to be impossible for everyone to be on every one of these, but we'll do our best. And really want to thank Charity and Brian for getting us to this point, which is good, because I think in the long run, it's going to help each of us individually, as you can see, but the collective benefit will be for Nilo. We'll have a curriculum really laid out really clearly for the students and their parents.
And if you guys didn't get the recording about what I need from you out of all this, letting you guys all in, because the program is $4,997 usually. And I've gifted Nilo, 10 scholarships essentially to the program for all you guys. So it's non-paid, but the requirement is I do want the engagement and also a testimonials. It will be required. I don't know if you guys received the legal form that I sent in regards to the recordings and using them in curriculum, but you should see a series of emails from me, because it's really important that you guys do know that we're going to use this and that it can't be monetized by anyone else other than Nilo. That it can't be sold, copyrighted, or sold for any other purpose other than Nilo. Y'all are, I think, kind of on the board anyway, but that I will be using it for the Happy CEO. It'll be the updated version of the curriculum in my program, because it is copyrighted and trademarked. So I just want to be sure that everyone's clear on this process, since we're all contributing to the growth of the organization and creating actually the assets of the organization for the curriculum, that everyone's on the same page, because it is quite a bit of work. And I do need to be able for you guys essentially said, we vetted, we approved, and we cookie cuttered, and this is the no. So I'll need during each module, we're going to do a round of takeaways. So we have like after module 1, we'll have a quick 20 minutes. It'll be 1 minute each. So each will take us like 10 or 15 minutes to do this and go over the key highlights of the program, what you learned or what you liked best about it and how you're going to utilize it in your business. Because the key thing is to really gain traction of the validity and credibility of the program, so people trust it when they don't even know who you are. Because then implementing this online and having it evergreen, and they see your guys' comments and they see your success and they hear about your experience, then they're going to feel a lot more confident paying for it, because we're going to need to monetize it at some point, right, for the organization as well, like whether it's through grants or funding or contributions or scholarships. So this is also, we're building some assets and quality content, but that also it's going to be used with Now Answer Group and the Happy CEO brand, because obviously when we're done with this, it will be Nilo Business Accelerator, but it will still be a part of it, will be in the Happy CEO. So I just want to make sure everyone knows, you know, the intent and what the big goal is at the end, because we already know you are already working business professionals and you already have, you know, a lot of this knowledge that we're doing this in efforts to create a more, you know, sustainable program essentially that has, you know, some clout or whatever you want to call it. So the more that you engage, like, and if you want, you know, if you really like something that we went over, you know, hit it up on my LinkedIn or on Instagram, you know, please add me everywhere. I'll add you. Like, we need to network. Like, I mean, as Denise knows, world's best connector, we all need to connect. And so we can gain momentum and, you know, start utilizing each other's skills and talents by helping each other grow. Because that's the key. Support and a community that's encouraging you is something that wasn't really always available back in the day. And that's really what it takes to scale your business these days. It's who you know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Sounds
So I'm
good.
excited to see you guys. I'll be sending you like all these links. Don't get overwhelmed. So you can always come to the Q&A. Also, I would just key thing, register for school. And then the rest of the emails that you get from me, you can ask any questions in the school group, because that's probably the best place, because other people might be thinking the same thing. Where's this? What's that? Da, da, da. So ask all the questions like on the forum so we can help each other out.
Yeah, great. Well,
Sounds
thanks,
good.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care.
So you guys all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on Tuesday, 5 a.m.
Okay.
sharp.
Have a good one. Everyone enjoy the weekend. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.